Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Todd and welcome to this week's episode of the Miller Method. Today we are going to be talking about exercise selection and exercise frequency. And I'm going to talk about specifically what I do, the kind of workouts that I do, and I want everybody to understand that there's no right one single way to do something. Everybody adapts differently to exercises. Some people need more recovery time than others. Some people can't handle as much volume as somebody else. So if I simply want to give somebody a program that's going to build muscle and help them lose fat, there are an infinite number of ways to do that. And the best way to do that is really to get with somebody, train with them for a while and understand what works best. And it's impossible to do that to just sort of give some broad overarching guideline that's going to apply to everyone. So understand that what I say in this video may not be what somebody else recommends, and that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to talk about what I do, but I want you to understand that this is absolutely applicable to women, and I think women should train exactly the same way. So one thing I want to make clear is that, contrary to what you may believe, I really don't like working out. I don't like spending a lot of time in the gym. I don't find it terribly exciting. So as a result of that, I want to do exercises that give me the most bang for the buck. I want to get in, I want to do my stuff, and I want to get out. But I want to make sure that what I'm doing is the most effective, the most time efficient, and produces the most results as it possibly can. Now, I'm going to put up what I do during the winter. This is what I'm currently doing. This is the workout that I'm currently doing right now. You can see that it's a 4-day split, an upper body, lower body split. So on the left column, you see what I'm doing on Monday and Thursday. I'm doing a bench press, a lat pull down, military press, dips, pull-ups, and a side lateral raise. And there are a couple things you should notice about this workout. First of all, it's a push-pull workout, which means it's a push exercise followed by a pull exercise. So there's a bench press, which is a pushing exercise, followed by a lat pull down. As far as whether or not you do machines or free weights, you know, that's a very often argued thing. For the purpose of body composition, I don't think it really matters. What really matters is not so much the exercise, but how you lift the weight, the intensity of the weight, and the volume of the weight. And we'll talk more about that later. So again, if you were an athlete, we would be having a completely different discussion. Now, if we look at the typical spring-summer workout, which we're going to put up now, I generally like to do more volume in the spring months heading towards the summer, because ultimately that's when, let's face it, that's when you want to look the best. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you'll see our full body workouts. So basically I'm taking the winter workout, the upper body workout, and the lower body workout, and combining it together into one day. So, and that takes a while. That takes about an hour and a half to complete that. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, you'll see there's 60 minutes of cardio. I try and do cardio, but again, I'm not really a big fan of it. So if I'm going to blow anything off, it's usually going to be that cardio. When I do cardio, it doesn't really matter what you do as long as you do something that you like. Again, there's a huge amount of variability between people. So if you look at this and you say, oh, well, I could never do that, or the load's too heavy, or the volume's too much, you know, that might be true for you, but this is just what works for me. So one thing I want you to keep in mind, again, the reason I do these kinds of workouts, me personally, is because I believe that these type of workouts have the greatest effect on body composition. These type of workouts have the greatest caloric burn when you're not doing them, and they end up resulting in the greatest energy expenditure at rest. However, keep in mind that no exercise in and of itself is going to be effective at getting your body composition or burning a lot of fat if there's other things in your life that aren't in place. Mainly your diet and also your non-exercise physical activity. And that's what we're going to talk about next time. Next time we're going to talk about, we've all gone through an experience where we've undertaken this exercise program. We seem to be doing everything right in terms of our training, and yet we still don't lose any weight. And people are wondering, well, why is that? And the reality is that for most people today, the exercise alone is not enough to get them where they want to be. So next time we'll go in more detail about that and try and get at the root at, if you think you're doing all these things right, why are you still not losing fat? Thanks.